All right, so welcome to the weekly meeting. I know it's been a minute, but we did have our shift of structure here. So I'm for sure gold is going to 6,000 at this point. Um, I mean, we may get a pullback. I don't know if we're going to get a pullback all the way back to here, but as of right now, we can trade the right now money. We had a break of structure here, or a shift in structure. We had a break of structure here, and then this was the last swing high. Price just broke this structure, right? So I didn't get into this trade, but um, I initially got into this demand zone here. And then the the one this week was the one here that I got into. Um, so yeah, I'm expecting price to continue buying. Like I said, maybe it'll go to look at the big picture. What you thinking, Gigi? You think it's gonna go to 5,000 or even higher before it gives us a pullback?
She put 4796 as her entry.
Yeah, so it's definitely, I think it's gonna continue buying. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. No. I'm thinking, well, I think we're gonna get a little pullback.
Oh
Like,
no, no, no. Yeah. So okay, immediately we're gonna get a pullback. That's what we're doing right now. Like where the market ended.
Oh,
In
that's
the
good
middle of
because
that, like imbalance on the hour.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
that's good because I need I'm in a sell, a quick scalp sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that it gaps down just on market open and then
Because y'all know y'all fair value gap, folks. It's
Mm-hmm.
there, isn't it?
Yep. And I would get out right there. I wouldn't go to no
exactly.
lower time frame, no nothing. I would get out like at the top of that hammer, that wick,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
and that's it. Mm-mm.
Because even when I go down to the smaller time frame, yeah, I mean I can see it pulling all the way. I can see it pulling
Mm-hmm.
back, or just to this gap right here and then start pushing back up.
Right. Exactly. And that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we ready.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm looking for one more buy. Just one more. Actually, no, I'm not. I take that back. I ain't even gonna be greedy. I'm going.
That'd be me. Ah.
Because I'm already, I told you I got in pretty much right here.
Oh yeah, yours is near mine. Mine was 4796.
4, 7. Let's see what I got in it. Yep.
4796. Yeah.
Yeah, I got in at that 1 hour zone right there.
So Kim, when you getting in, are you doing one position or you doing like two positions and keeping a trailer?
So for this particular one right here, I had an entry at the top of this zone, but then there was also, I think like a 30-minute or a 15-minute that I set. I wasn't sure if it was going to go there or not, but I set it anyway and it picked it up. So I have two positions. I have two positions in.
Okay, got you. I think sometimes having a second one, a robust contingency plan.
But you, but
Maybe the
you,
organization.
but you know me, I'm really, I just want to get in at least one entry.
I was gonna say that because y'all know go. If y'all not risking right, it's over for the account. So
Exactly. Exactly. So, but like I said, I set the second entry because I wasn't sure if it was going to go down there, but and it again it came and picked me up. So I'm in two entries. So yeah, I'm not going to get in any more order. I'm not going to submit any more orders for gold. So we'll see what it do, but I do believe it's going to keep buying.
yep, me too.
I'm sorry, Kim, did you say where you think it's buying to? Like if you got in at that demand zone, you would take it where? I
My
mean, not you, because I know you're not getting it again.
my TP for the two that I have now is at 6,000.
Oh, okay.
Now, will it go up to 6,000? But, and I say that because if I'm looking at the bigger picture, if I'm looking at the higher time frame, structure is still kind of bearish, right?
Okay.
And
What time frame? The weekly?
whatever this is the 4 hour. This is
Okay.
and that's the bearish structure for me,
Okay.
right? So it can come up to 5,300, 5,400. Might even go past, I mean, to this high.
Yeah.
So at that point, that's when I'll have to, like reanalyze what I want to do with that trade because it is still in bearish structure for me. This was the break of the low. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Sorry, Bull, I had to mute you. But this is um the break of structure, the bearish structure. Um, I mean, so I have to respect that structure as of for now.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions on gold?
Yes, Kim. Why you going to 6,000 if your high at like 55
Now
or
I'm once price gets here, I'll reevaluate. I'm already up. I'm already up. So I mean, if it doesn't respect the high, or if it breaks the high, or if it doesn't break the high, and I see a shift, then I already know.
to get out?
Yeah.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see once it gets here.
So even if it break the high, because once it break, it got to pull back. You still gonna hold through the pullback?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can do it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna look at it.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not even gonna torture myself.
I got you.
Yeah, if it breaks this high, yeah, it's a wrap for me.
Mhm.
All right. Does anybody want to look at anything else?
GU.
Yeah. I meant to ask, did anybody want to mark up their chart? That was the first thing I meant to ask. Don't y'all all jump at once, okay?
That's all that homework.
Amen.
You
Don't
gotta assign our homework.
I gotta do what?
Assign our homework. We'll have to
Oh
make us make
my,
our homework ready.
oh my
It's
gosh.
always homework, right?
I gotta assign homework for y'all. Okay, okay,
No,
okay.
we gotta know what the teacher want us to bring to
No,
class.
nah. When I assign homework, we'll see. We'll see. All right. GU. So y'all know the first thing I'm gonna do is look at the bigger picture, right? And then I'm going to identify the structure. So the structure is the structure, y'all. I'm telling y'all, stick to the structure. Stick to the structure. Okay. So right now, I know that this is where I'm looking for price to go to this. And y'all know I trade supply and demand. So I'm looking for price to come here and show me something. It's either going to start selling again or it's going to break this high. Then we'll have a pullback. Y'all already know this is my six-figure trade pair. This is my six-figure trade pair right here. So I already have it mapped out. Now, it might not happen to 2027. I don't know.
Oh,
But
wow.
I just know when if price breaks this high, then I know that I am expecting price to pull back to this demand zone right here And that's when I'm going to take it. That's when I'm just going to hold it.
That's when I'm gonna hold it too with her, y'all.
Uh-huh. So,
Well, you said you're not gonna hold the sell, you're only gonna hold the buy.
yeah.
Oh, she talking about a future trade though.
Yeah, I'm talking about future
Yeah.
trade. Uh-huh.
Well, I was just thinking because it's still bearish overall. I
It's
mean, if
still,
I'm,
we're still in this bear structure,
yeah,
but once price gets to the zone, that's when it's going to tell me what the plan is.
yes, and my hope is if it does shift, then I'll hold the sell.
And of course, if when it starts to sell, I'll get in the sell.
Okay.
But it's got to be based off of structure.
How many pips is that, Kim, to that sell to that buy?
From here to here, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, um, a lot.
I must say more than enough. Let me have it.
Mm.
2,500 pips.
Jeez. Yeah, that's life changing right there.
Mm-hmm. 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 So now that I know where I'm going, because I looked at the bigger picture, I've identified the structure. Now that I know where I'm going, now I have to identify the structure going in that direction, right? So if I'm looking at the structure, price went up, price came here, price broke this high, price pulled back, price broke this high. So right now, this is the highest point right here. And let me rephrase that because on the daily, this high did break this zone here. This high did break here. So on the weekly, it didn't. As we can see, it's consolidating. But I do think we're going to get a pullback based off of structure. And you want price to come back to, you want price to come back to a discounted zone. So if you fibbed your move, if you fibbed your move, you want price to come back to your 50%, 618, 78, 88. One of those zones. That's that whole zone. Anything after the 50% or at the 50% is considered the discount, right? So, and because I think this is probably going to be a sell, um, but it is a counter trend, so it's probably not going to be a smooth sell. Um, you just have to wait for price to pull back to one of these zones and look for this shift in structure. Once you see the shift in structure, then you can take it up to the supply zone or even higher, depending on what it gives you. Now, I mentioned that on the daily price did break this high. So this could be the structure right here. This could be the next level of structure. Now, I am expecting price to come back to this zone right here. I know it took off like crazy, and I know it shifted structure, but we got to get a pullback. I'm expecting price to tap into this zone right here and then take off. That's my thoughts on GU. Who asked for GU?
Me, Alicia.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
mm-hmm. So yes, I'm expecting price to pull back a little more before taking off. And that's just based off of the day. Now, the weekly swept the high. So, and then it sold, right? And then it pulled back to an imbalance. Y'all know I don't trade imbalances, so I never would have gotten in that trade. But especially now that it is shifting structure, I'm expecting price to pull back. I'm expecting price to sweep this liquidity. I'm expecting price to then go into the up to this supply zone.
Kim, that low. Oh,
But
sorry.
I think that's will. Get yourself. Never mind. I got you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the low that it did come down to right above that demand zone, is that not to the 78?
No, it did come back to the 78.
Okay, just not far enough for you.
I mean, it could, but but because I still see liquidity,
I mean,
because
I expected it to go lower too, and it didn't, but I was like, well, maybe, it's done. I don't know.
no, I don't see it done until it breaks. And if it breaks this high, then it's a wrap for me. Then I change my analysis.
Okay.
Yeah. But the fact that it shifted structure, it gave a change in character. We know we're going to get a pullback. I'm expecting price to pull back into my zone. Like that's the only way I'm going to trade. Price has to be in my zone. That's the only time I'm going to put in a trade.
So
So,
yours is not necessarily, oh, sorry.
I
Huh?
go with you.
Huh?
Shia, go ahead. I think.
Okay, I was just gonna
Oh,
say, because
oh, that's a, hold on.
I'm just thinking back to all these classes. So your zone is not necessarily to the 78. Your zone is something else.
No, I like the 78, but the 78 is it's either 78 or the 88, right? So this right here was the 88. Yes, it did tap the 78. Yes,
Uh-huh.
it did shift structure, but the shift of structure means we're going to get a pullback. The market has to correct itself.
And I guess I wasn't assuming the pullback would be that deep, but again, I guess we're all just watching. So,
So if we're looking at the current, so let's just say this was the shift, right? And let's just say this was the, hold on, let me move this out the way. And let's just say this was the demand zone here, right? That would at least be the next demand zone.
yes.
But there's also liquidity right here. You see where, because this is where people's stops are. This is where your stop losses are, right?
Yeah.
So if your stop loss is here, you can be liquidity. There may be some stops here. And I'm not saying price is going to close in the zone, but because the stop losses are here, price can come tap into the zone and then take off. That makes sense?
Yeah. Can you go to the 4 hour? I was just wondering what's going on in this middle area.
Which
Yeah.
one?
To the right, all the
Right here?
way. No, the right. Sorry. I
Oh,
don't know.
my bad.
Like, this middle area in the right, just how that, I guess that consolidation in the middle.
Right here?
No, up.
Right here?
Yeah, I'm just thinking
So
maybe we'll just go
that's a
there and go up.
and
Sorry.
that's definitely possible because that's structure, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So if you have the structure, you have the demand zone, like price could come here and then push back
yeah,
up.
yeah. So you're more so trading. I mean, I know you do top down. I'm just thinking
Hmm.
when I'm looking at my analysis, I look at everything, but definitely looking more at the 4 and 1 hour.
But are you identifying what's on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, looking at the bigger picture on the daily or the weekly?
I'm trying to. I've been struggling. But I mean, I see what you're saying on the daily, how the demand zone is further down. But then when I look at the
Mhm.
4 hour, I say, well, maybe it'll just come down here. I'm trying to figure it out.
And you're not wrong in that analysis. I mean, because like I said, it could come here. It could push up again and then it could pull back. So you're not wrong in your analysis. You just have to assess the situation once it's in your zone. So once price pulls back here, you have to then just analyze on a lower time frame, meaning like the 15-minute, maybe even 5 minute. You have to analyze the structure that is in that zone at that time. And if
Yeah.
you're patient enough, is Terry on here? Because that's really why I was going to hold this call because I had a long conversation with Terry this morning, and I really wanted to talk about psychology and just being patient and disciplined when trading, because that's where you're going to be successful when you're trading. Like you have to be disciplined. You have to be patient. You have to be. I know I'm an intraday slash swing trader, and I know there are some scalpers on here, but it's this because the market is fractal, like you still trade it the same way. So, like you said, based on the 4 hour, there is 4 hour structure, right?
Hmm.
So you can wait for price. Like I'm not going to trade the sell down, but I'm looking to trade this buy.
Yeah.
Possibly, right? So, but I need for price to get there to show me I need for the market to get there to show me what it wants to do. Because price can blow straight through that if it wants to, right? Because we have shifted structure. That's the one thing you have to take into consideration that price has shifted structure. So price could pull back to this zone here. Like I said, it could wick this low. There's liquidity here. So all I can do is set an alert. And then once the alert goes off, then I can look at the charts and see what's going on. Did that make sense?
No, it does. I have been way more patient these days, but sometimes I'm still missing my entry because I'm waiting for more confirmation. So I just got to figure that out.
Okay.
Um, but thank you.
You're welcome. Jay, what else you say you were trading?
I'm
Gold.
looking at Bitcoin as well.
Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin.
I think we're gonna sell down. Well, we've been doing that today actually, but we're gonna on the. I've kind of worked out the analysis on this morning. Um, if we go to the daily, do you want to do it? Do you want to go over it, or shall I?
You want to mark up your chart?
I don't mind. Don't
You know
mind doing it.
I'm all for it. Wait a minute. Did you say you're selling or buying?
I'm
Bitcoin.
selling at the moment. Yeah, I'm
You're
selling down
selling at the
because
moment.
if
Okay.
we, in fact, I'll go over it with your chart. Actually, it makes sense. If because I work off trend lines on the daily. So if we connect a trend line all the way down,
You want this one here from here to here?
all the way, yeah, joining all 3 points. So from right at the top there, uh, lower, just go lower down
Okay.
there. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's good. And now I think what we've got now is these different channels. So I would draw, um, so we've got one extent. There we go. Yeah, so that's it. And then again, another channel, and then up again on the other channel up just above that. So we've got another pullback area.
Right here?
No, on the further up, just going right up, right up. There we go.
Okay.
So draw a channel here.
Jay, you know I don't trade channels, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out.
It's Do you
This
know
one
what?
here?
When you do it like this, it's just you can really see the intentions of what they're trying to do. It's just how I do it anyway. But the yeah, if we do another top roof, there we go. Draw that up. That's it.
Okay.
Cool. So now we've seen that we rejected
Mm-hmm.
prior at 80. So if we break 80K, then I think we're going higher.
So
But for now,
if it breaks, and I'm
eight
just gonna say it off of based on structure, right?
sure.
So right now, this is the structure. Price came down, pulled back, and then broke structure. So this is
Hmm.
our current structure at the moment. So yes, if it breaks above 80,000,
Hmm.
I agree that we are going a little higher. But if I'm looking at the bigger time frame, this is the structure that I see. That's the
Right.
structure that I see. So price can then pull back to a premium zone. So if price pulls back to a premium zone, the 50%, which it is at the 50% right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So 50%, 618, 7888. Those are our premium zones. So if price pulls back to any of those zones, then it could sell some more because now we're looking at the structure here, here, here. So again, it might pull back to the 50% and then sell some more.
Right. That's it. I mean, on the intraday side of things, it's selling down now. So I'm thinking, are they going to push it down lower
Hold
and
on.
break and take all this liquidity down?
I gotta take all that off because it could be confusing. Um, sorry, Jay.
No,
Um,
you're good. So
so
I'm thinking are they gonna take out the liquidity now?
so this is the current supply, right? So now when I go down in time frame, the structure is kind of still bullish right
Mm,
now, right? So if I'm looking at price going up here, pulling back here, and then pushing up here, I would need to see price break at least this low right here before I
mm.
would consider a sell because this can come back to this zone and then start
And
pushing.
keep going. Yeah, sure. So there's really the 4 hour break is what's gonna, shift the structure. It's gonna
Yeah.
come down.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's just how I'm seeing it for now, right?
Mm,
Um, and then based off of the zone that I marked up, the supply zone that I marked up on the lower time frame, this is the current. Um, I'm just gonna put it right here, and it did tap it. So I mean, it could keep, it could drop.
right. Because I'm basing off I look at the 4 hour, the daily 4 hour and the 15 minute. They're my time frames.
Mm-hmm.
And the 15 minute was giving me the bearish. Yeah, so we're sort of breaking down. I'm just thinking, are we gonna keep pushing to break that 4 hour low that you're talking about? Because we're in the supply zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm I'm just it's a hard one because if we can keep pushing, we can break those lows on the 15 here, yeah, where you've drawn the structure, then I'm thinking we're gonna go down stronger based on the daily markup as well.
Based
But
on the daily, let's see, did we get a daily sweep? Not yet. Okay. It closed, it closed above these highs. So I would definitely look for a daily. Yeah. Yeah, it would have to break some of these lows. This,
right,
yeah. And this right here is our swing low. Mhm.
okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think it will. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything really. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, interesting. Thank you for that.
But I do think I think, the valid sell, you're in a valid sell,
Mm.
at least down to 75, 180, 75,
And then it will push back up.
possibly. If Terry was on here, he would say that's a quarter level. That could possibly
Okay.
push it back up. Um, And that's just our 4 hour because now on 1 hour it's like 74 and something. But
Mm.
but yeah.
Because they're all kind of, I mean, GU gold, they're all moving the same at the moment. So they're all pretty much
Mm-hmm.
bearish going down. So
Yep.
let's see. Let's see how far. Well, we know that gold, if I can get a gap down, like I said, I'm in a sell on that. I'm hoping we can come down some and then I get out my trade quick.
Hey, as long as you get out in profit. Get out in
We'll see.
profit.
But yeah, no, we'll see. But thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. Anybody want to look at anything else?
Somebody said GJ and US 30 in the chat.
Who said that? GJ and US 30. GJ. So let's go to the higher time frame. Let's look at the structure. And I think because I've been beating this dead horse. So right now we tapped into a supply zone, right? Based on structure. This was the structure here. So we have tapped into this, oops, supply zone. Okay. Price has swept the high based on the daily. You had a sweep, and then we had a daily bearish. So I do believe, so now that I just have to look at the structure. So this was the initial break of structure, right? Now, wait a minute, let me back up because what I thought was this was the shift in structure. At one point, I thought this was the shift in structure. Okay. However, price came and broke this high. So we went back to a break-in structure, which now makes this my swing low. And this is now my swing high. So just based off of structure alone, this is the range that we're in. So now if I look at the structure of that range, it is here, 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 and here. So this price could pull back to this demand zone to either respect the zone or not, right? So if you're selling, just know that there's a key level here. There's a key level here. And what I mean by that, there's just a level of support and resistance that price has created. This is on higher time frame. So price could come back to the zone to retest and then could continue buying. I'm saying could. Is that one of the discount zones? Let's see. Let's see. Um, it could come back to the 50%, 78 or 88. I don't know. I can't predict the market, but I just know that price could come back here to either, and then once it's here, you have to look at the structure at that time on a lower time frame to see what the structure is giving. If you get a shift from that zone, then price is likely going to keep buying. If price is still giving bearish structure in this zone, then price is likely going to keep selling down to this demand zone. And if if it's gonna do what I want it to do, what I want is I want this break of structure. This was the last high. This was a break of structure that makes this the swing low and this still the swing high. So I would love for price to pull all the way back down to somewhere in this area, to one of the discount zones, 78, 88, whatever it's going to do. That's what I would really like. But I need to see a shift in some kind of structure. Either this, yeah, not either this. I need to see the shift in structure. Because this, and that's all based off of higher time frame showing me that we're in some level, some supply zone. Now, I'm already expecting price because we're overall bearish, right? Bigger time frame is telling us that price is overall bearish. So do I be patient for a price to come to the 78 or the 88 before I look for the big sell? Or do I get in on this sell if it's going to happen? We don't know. Do I get in on this sell to then continue buying up and then get in on the sell from the bigger picture? I don't know, but I have to wait for the market to show me what it wants to do. Because once price gets to the 78 or 88, yeah, I'm going in. I'm going in. This might be my next six-figure trade.
So Kim, if you're looking at the shift of structure, are you looking on the 4 hour for that or the daily?
Usually I look for on a 4 hour. Yeah,
Yeah, so we break
yeah.
there, then we got then that supply zone's gonna hold, and then you can take it further down from there once it breaks those lows.
Yes. So if it breaks these lows, then I know we're going to get a pullback to then start selling. So then I'm looking for the next supply zone, preferably a higher time frame supply zone to then start selling back down, at least to this low.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Cool.
But I'm definitely going to set a limit here because like I said, it could come here, it can push back up, it can push back down. Like once an alert goes off, that's when I'll look to see um, where the market is trying to go.
It's tough really with GJ at the moment. I never liked GJ because it just ranges more.
Don't talk about GJ like that, Jay. Jay, you know GJ is that's my BFF.
Oh, that's your go-to, is it? Yeah, you
Like,
love that.
hey, GJ is the one that made me the most money so far. Well, well,
Yeah, I can't trade it. I find it. See, the higher time frames is where it ranges more than any other pair, I
but
find.
no, that's what it does. Like once price
Mm,
hits a higher time frame supply or demand, it's going to range.
mm. Like right now, you can
But
see
and that's with any
all of
pair.
this range.
That's with
Yeah.
any pair. Um, so if even if I go to GN, GM is moving pretty much the same way, right? So if I'm looking at like my zone here, like once price gets in here, it's going to start ranging
Mm,
because it's going to shake out based off. So I marked that zone up because based off of structure, right? This was the last break of structure here. That is the structure. So you mark up your supply zone. Once price gets in this zone, it is going to shake out. It's going to shake the people out. You're either going to be buying or selling, and somebody's going to be liquidity. Like, I mean, that's just the name of the game.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is knowing the pair how it moves, and once you know it, then you're good.
And I say, yeah, 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 but I trade everything the same. I trade everything the same. Where's my, oh, hold on. There we go. I trade everything the same. I don't care what I'm trading.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I just find that the like you say, like US 30, okay, or Nasdaq,
Hold on, I'm getting ready to go to US 30 right now.
right? Yeah, they just I don't see that when it hits that supply zone or demand zone. It's gone. It's gone for me.
US 30. Oh, wait a minute. It says I have it on here already. Oh, here we go. Now, US 30 is a whole different another thing. And it's not another beast, but because price is so high,
Mm,
like why would I don't want to get in, I don't want to buy while it's already high, right? So if I'm looking at, and I know this is on the monthly, but it's going to be the same thing if I go down to the weekly, right? That's the structure.
hmm
That's the structure. So I don't want to buy up here. And yes, price could keep pushing past this high. I won't be in it because the minute I get in it, I'm going to be liquidity. Like it's going to get me. But if I'm looking to buy, I want to buy low. I want to buy when price comes this way. Now, if you think it's going to sell from up here, you can get in a sell, but I don't see the structure I need to see based on what I'm looking at right now to look for a sell. There was an impulsive week last week. There was an impulsive week the week before. There was another impulsive week the week before that. So I can't say. And then you have for y'all to trade imbalances. You got a whole imbalance right here. So price could come here and then keep pushing. And I wish sometimes I was a fundamental trader. I really do sometimes, but I'm not. And I won't be because I'm just basing it off of the technicals.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for that. For going up that.
Welcome, you're welcome. So yeah, I would say, wait for price to pull back to a discounted zone before you get in a buy
Mm.
for US 30.
Cool. Sounds good.
Um, let's see. Chef JPY. Chef JPY. I'm gonna do what I do. I look at the bigger picture. I identify the structure. And this is a doozy right here. This is a doozy. So, and then I mark up because we're in bullish structure. I then mark up my demand zone. Okay. And then I go down to lower time frame. And the last structure that I see is Let's see. Price did come here, break here, broke here. So this would be the last high that I've seen that was broken. Price broke above this high. So that makes this my swing low and this my swing high. Right? Price pulled back to a demand zone. So price could be buying past these highs. You got to push up, you got to pull back. It could push up some more. There's nothing to the left for me to see if there is some type of supply zone in the area. So I have to base it off of what I see at this time, at this moment. Chef JPY. Who asked for Chef JP? Who's trading Chef JPY?
I think Kai.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kyra.
Well, I don't know. It says K. I don't know. But can you look at my good friend Cab JPY? Ah,
Cat.
Cad does better for me than GJ. So don't hate on Cad, okay?
I'll be talking about you, Chad. Trying to tell you. Trying to tell you. So for CAD JPY, looking at the bigger picture, it's in bearish structure, right? So I'm looking at price. I can't put it. All right. So I believe price tapped the 78, not quite the 88. It tapped the 78, but it's still in bullish structure. And why I'm saying, well, let me take that back. So we had a break here. Price pushed up. We had this pullback and then we had this break. So this could be our shift in structure. This could be the shift in structure here, right? And then price, as you can see, it's going bullish right now. So it could be going bullish into this supply zone. So once price hit this zone right here, if you see a shift on a lower time frame, let me go back to the daily. So based on the daily, you have this break. This is the last break. So that makes this my swing low and this my swing high. So I'm expecting price to tap in here, possibly shift structure to then look and then when I say sell, you better sell it. You better hold on to it, okay? As long as it doesn't break above this high. If it comes into the zone and shift structure, you can sell it pretty much down to this low. If you
I
want to
got you.
hold it longer, you really want to swing it.
No, not really.
I know you're like, wait a minute, it's pulling back.
Right.
I'm out.
Right.
But yeah, if price, that's what I think it's going to do. Because I think even on any of the JPYs, I think they're about to sell off. Now, I would need Todd on here to tell me why. What's up with the JPYs?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. So yeah. But that's what I would see. That's what I would be looking for.
Okay. Well, I did good because I do have that marked up.
Good. Okay.
Somebody said UCAT.
UCAD. Now that's ugly. So I see we had a shift in structure here. We had the shift in structure here, right? It pulled back to a demand zone. Yeah, I'm telling you, wash, rinse, repeat. Pull back to a demand zone and took off. Now, this thing has been consolidating since 2015. Who's trading this? I'm act like Todd now. Who's trading this trash? Who who doing it?
I'm not trading the Kim. I just wanted to see your analysis on it.
Okay, Davida, sorry. Ah, oh, who is it? Don? Is that a Don? Aiden? Is that Aiden?
Yeah,
Hi, where you been?
just been doing my own thing with trading.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
trading is a lonely sport. I'm trying to tell you.
So is.
yep.
Trading is a lonely sport. Well, good to hear. Good to hear you from you. Okay, let me see. I'm in all seriousness. I see a break of structure. Right. So now I see a swing low and then a swing high. So if I were to get into this, now I'm on the weekly. No, I'm on the weekly. Here's a demand zone that I would be looking for price to pull back to. So with that being said, you have you're currently in some bearish structure. Bearish. Oops. Hold on. Let me take this darn magnet off. Be messing me up. So you're in bearish structure. So until it breaks some highs, you could be getting a sell down to the zone. That's what I would do. I would be looking for bearish movement. Oh, wait a minute. It did break this high. And then it shifted this. It didn't close below here. That's an iffy one. Because you're like in this range right here. So I would go down to, based on the daily, I would see if price comes down to this zone and then possibly shift. I would look for price to come down here. If it gives you a shift in structure, then it's probably going to continue buying. This would be the protected low. Yeah, that's what I see for you, Ken.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Anything else anybody want to see? I thought I saw another message. Nope. Anything else before I go on my day?
What you got for oil?
Oof.
Because
I
these
know
gas prices.
I know it dropped. See, this is fun. This is a fundamental pair as of right now because it now when Jay say it's not following structure, this right here, this is it. This is the not follow structure part. This is the one that's not following structure. Now, I say that with a small grain of salt, but because this did break here, right? This was our break of structure here. This was our swing high. This is our swing low, right? So now price has shifted structure. Now, again, because this is a lot of this news is based off of the fundamentals and the war that's going on. This could pull back to a demand zone and continue buying, or depending on what the news is providing, this could just be a higher low to then sell some more.
Yeah, I agree. That's gonna I think that's gonna keep going down based on what you're saying, Kim. The news just purely on that. The now that they've opened up the straits, they've
Mm-hmm.
they've opened that up based on the ceasefire, which the ceasefire is saying
But
2 weeks or something.
did they close it back? I thought they closed it back recently, like as
Oh,
of
did they?
yesterday.
Yeah, they've closed it back as of
As
four
of
hours
yesterday.
ago.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's gonna push up again because
That's,
if the ships can't move the oil across the world,
mhm.
then
It's gonna go up.
yeah, it's just gonna yeah, the price is gonna go up again. So that
So
makes sense.
if it sell, like I said, if it's probably gonna sell, maybe a little bit. It's broken some lows, it's shifted structure, right? Um, and here's a gap in price that price can come back to and then start buying up. I personally was saying or thinking that price was going to 160, which is crazy. But I mean, this is where we are. Or maybe 150. Again, I would need to see what happens once it gets to the zone. Because if I look at structure, I'm just doing technicals, right? I want price to pull back to the zone. I mean, but who am I? Who am I? Okay. So this again could be a pullback for a higher low to then push down some more. This could be the structure at this time. Push it down, push up, push down, maybe push up, and then push down. And then once it gets at that zone, then I have to, if it gets there, then I have to analyze the next move. So that's my thought on gold. So the real thought is I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it right now. It either has to come to this zone or once it gets to this zone. But, I mean, again, it would all depend on the news.
Yeah, trading oil is ugly.
Hmm.
Takes too much of your margin as well.
Yeah. Well, I said the same thing about Bitcoin, but I mean, but I traded the same. I still traded the same way.
The spread is insane. I don't know why I keep trading this.
What, Bitcoin?
Yes.
Yeah, the spread is crazy. You do better off trading Ethereum
I'm gonna look into it. Yeah.
because
But I don't know. I
they
always
moved
get
the
the
same.
setups for Bitcoin.
They moved the same.
Oh, okay. Yep. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know, Lavish Life, Ethereum was that girl.
You see her YouTube video? She coming back.
I
Well,
see.
not for mentoring now.
I seen that too.
No, she's not coming back for mentor. Ruby said, I got all my money. I'm out of here.
Literally.
Oh, I don't blame her. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. Anybody want to see anything else? I'm trying to think, what did I miss? GU, gold, S&P, NASDAQ. Elfie, what you want to see? Huh?
GA.
Who?
GA.
Oh,
Can you hear
GA.
me?
Sorry. My bad. GA. So based on structure, this is another ugly one. But we've been selling for weeks now, right? Um, so I would be waiting for price to get here based on bullish structure. I would be waiting for price to possibly take out this low. I can see that there's some liquidity over here, so it might come down a little more. If we're looking at the shift of this structure being broken, then it could come down to this demand zone. That would be nice. And then the way that it's impulsively moving down, I do believe it's probably going to break this low, but then you'll get a pullback to possibly keep selling, at least down to this zone for now. Because higher time frame is saying this was the structure that was broken. You have a break of structure here, which makes this your higher time frame swing low. This is your current internal swing low, but this is your higher time frame swing low. So it could sell back down to there to start buying some more. If I were trading this, that's where I would want to see price come back to.
Thank you.
But something can pop off from here once it grabs liquidity, shift structure, and then keep buying. Mm-hmm. All
Okay,
right.
thanks.
Anything else going
Hey
on?
Kim, can you check silver, please?
Silver. Silver. Now, where do I have silver? Okay, maybe I don't have it on here. XAG. Uh-huh. Oh, it's in here somewhere. You don't want to pull silver up, huh? Hold on, it's on here. Oh, here we go. Same as gold. So as of right now, if I'm looking at the structure that's going down, we're in bearish structure. So I would be looking for price to buy at least up into this supply zone. So now you have to look at the structure going into that zone. We're just going to leave it right there for now. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. All right, so price is pulling back to either respect the demand zone and continue buying, or it's going to shift the structure to possibly start selling. But I would definitely set an alert here to see what the market gives you once it's in that zone. Okay. That's what I would look for. All right. Anything else? You're welcome. Hey, Andrew.
Thanks, Kim. That's all from me. I don't have
All
anything else.
right.
Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. See y'all.